ladies, let me ask you something. Have you ever given your all to a man, answered every call, dropped everything just for him, and still felt like he wasn't obsessed with you? Like no matter how much you did, he didn't chase you the way you deserved. Well, listen, it's not because you're not enough. It's because you haven't done this one unexpected move that flips his whole mindset. And when you do it, he won't just like you, he'll obsess over you. If you want a man to really obsess over you, if you want him to wake up thinking about you, checking his phone, waiting for your text, telling his boys, man, I don't know what it is about her, but I can't stop thinking about her. Then it's not about looks, it's not about cooking, and it's not about some magic trick. No, it's about doing something that shocks his system, something he does not see coming. That's the move that flips his mind upside down. Here's what you do. You stop chasing him. See, men are hunters by nature. If you're always available, always saying yes, always answering on the first ring, he gets comfortable. Comfortable men get lazy. And lazy men, they don't obsess. But when you pull back, when you make him wonder, when you create a little mystery, oh, now you got his attention. Let me break it down. You go from, sure, I'll come over tonight. I'm busy, maybe next week. You go from texting him paragraphs to sending him one line that makes him think all day long. You go from always being in the passenger seat to letting him realize you've got your own car, your own plans, your own life. That right there is the unexpected move. Independence, self-respect, the ability to enjoy your life, whether he's in it or not. See, men aren't obsessed with women who chase them. They're obsessed with women they can't figure out. They're obsessed with women who have standards. They're obsessed with women who make them work for their time. And the funny part, the moment you stop trying to impress him is the exact moment he starts working overtime to impress you. So the next time you feel like doing the usual, texting back too fast, saying yes when you don't want to, canceling your plans just because he called, don't do it. Flip the script. Let him feel what it's like to miss you. Let him feel what it's like to wonder, where's she at? What's she doing? Who's she with? That, my friends, is how you make a man obsess. You don't do it with games. You do it with value. You do it with strength. You do it by reminding him, I'm the prize here. I'm not chasing you. You're chasing me. And when you do that, oh, he won't just think about you. He'll obsess over you. Men obsess over mystery, not availability. The moment a man feels like he's already got you figured out, the excitement starts to fade. It's not about playing games or being fake. It's about understanding human psychology. We are drawn to what we don't fully understand. We lean closer to the puzzle piece that doesn't quite fit. We get hooked on the story. We can't predict. We can't stop thinking about the person who leaves us curious. When you make yourself too available, too predictable, too easy to read, you take away the very thing that sparks obsession in the first place. Mystery isn't about hiding who you are. It's about not putting every single card on the table right away. When a man knows that at any time of day he can call you and you'll drop everything to see him, when he knows exactly what you'll say, exactly how you'll react, exactly what your routine is, there's no chase left. He doesn't have to wonder. He doesn't have to work. He doesn't have to imagine. And imagination is powerful because that's what lingers when you're not around. Think about it. If he already knows every detail of your life in the first week, what is left for him to explore? What keeps him curious? What keeps him thinking? When there is no mystery, there is no magnet. But when you hold something back, when you let time reveal your layers, when you keep a little space between what he knows and what he wants to know, you light a fire in his mind. Men are hunters by nature, and the hunt isn't just about chasing women. It's about the thrill of discovery. It's about finding something valuable that isn't sitting on the shelf for everyone to grab. When you're not always available, when you don't answer immediately, when you're not glued to his side, you create a sense of rarity. You show him that your attention is precious and that he has to earn it. The minute he feels he has to earn it, he starts valuing it more. That's how obsession begins. It's not about ignoring him or pretending you don't care. It's about showing that you have a full life outside of him. A life he has to step into, not a life that revolves around his presence. Mystery makes him lean in. Imagine two conversations in one. You tell a man your whole history, every detail of your past, every insecurity, every dream, all in one sitting. He'll nod, maybe even feel close to you for a moment. But then it's done. There's nothing left to ask. In the other conversation, you share just enough. You give a glimpse. You answer but leave space for curiosity. He leaves that conversation thinking, I wonder what else is behind that smile. I wonder what she does when I'm not around. I wonder what she's really passionate about. That wondering is obsession building itself, because the human brain hates unanswered questions. The less you reveal all at once, the more his imagination goes to work filling in the blanks. And trust me, his imagination will work over time. Now, some people confuse mystery with coldness, but that's not the same thing. Mystery doesn't mean pushing him away. It means pacing the relationship so it has room to grow. If you're an open book too soon, there's no chapters left to discover later. But if you let the story unfold, if you let him earn his way deeper into your world, he feels like he's part of an adventure. And adventures are addictive. Think about your favorite movie or series. The reason you keep watching is because you don't know what's coming next. If you knew the ending in the first 10 minutes, you'd lose interest. Relationships have that same rhythm. A little unpredictability, a little suspense, a little surprise. That's what makes someone lean forward instead of leaning back. Men don't sit around obsessing over what's easy to reach. They obsess over what keeps them curious, what challenges them, what feels different from the rest. When you're too available, it's like giving him a book with the last chapter highlighted. Sure, he knows the ending, but he doesn't feel excited about the journey. When you're mysterious, it's like giving him the first few pages and letting him crave the rest. He starts investing more time, more energy, more thought into you because his brain wants to close the gap. That gap is where attraction turns into obsession. And it's not about manipulation. It's about knowing your worth and letting him experience it slowly instead of handing it all over at once. Independence is the unexpected move that flips his mindset. Most men are used to women adjusting their entire lives just to keep the connection going, putting their plans on hold, bending their schedule, centering their happiness around him. And at first, he might even like that attention, but it doesn't take long before it starts to feel too comfortable, too predictable, too easy. What actually wakes a man up and makes him sit back thinking about you is when he realizes you're not waiting on him to create your happiness. You already have your own life, your own rhythm, your own purpose, and he's simply being invited into that space. That independence shocks him because it's not what he expected, and that shock is what makes him take you seriously. When you're independent, you don't need to say, "I'm busy," just to sound interesting. You're really busy. You have friends you spend time with, goals you're chasing, hobbies that fill your heart, and commitments that matter to you. You've got your own flow, and whether he calls or not, your life is still moving forward. That kind of energy is magnetic because it tells him you're not dependent on his validation to feel valuable. And when a man sees that, it flips a switch in his mind. He starts realizing he can't just stroll in and out of your life whenever he wants. He has to earn a place in it. He has to align with your flow. He has to step up so he doesn't get left behind. Independence also creates balance. Instead of giving him all your time and energy, you give him the best of you, but not every piece of you. That means when you're together, you're fully present, you're engaged, you're fun, you're alive, but when you're apart, you're still living. He can feel that difference. He can sense that you're not sitting by the phone waiting, you're not rearranging your day just because he called last minute. That subtle boundary makes him respect you more. And respect is the root of obsession. When a man respects you, he doesn't just enjoy your company, he admires you, he looks up to you, he wants to prove he's worthy of your attention. Think about the type of women men brag about to their friends. It's not the ones who are available at the snap of a finger. It's the ones who are out there doing their thing, making moves, building something for themselves. He'll say, "Man, she's always working on something. She's always booked. She's always busy. But when I do get time with her, it feels special." That's what independence does. It makes every moment with you feel like a privilege, not an entitlement. And once a man feels like your time is a privilege, he can't help but obsess over how to keep earning more of it. Independence also gives you strength when things don't go as planned. If he pulls away, if he gets distracted, if he starts slacking off, you don't crumble because your whole identity isn't wrapped around him. You've still got your own foundation. That stability drives him crazy because it means he doesn't control your mood. He can't play with your emotions like a light switch because you're steady whether he's consistent or not. That steadiness makes him realize he's dealing with someone rare, someone strong, someone he can't play games with. And men don't obsess over what's easy. They obsess over what's rare. Some women think being independent means being cold or distant, but that's not true. Independence simply means you're whole on your own. You can love deeply, you can give generously, you can share your world, but you're not handing over your identity in the process. You're not putting your life on pause, waiting for him to decide what he wants. You're moving, growing, shining with or without him. And that light makes him want to be part of your world even more. Because when you're already complete, a man feels like he's stepping into something powerful, not carrying the entire weight of your happiness on his shoulders. The unexpected part about independence is that men don't anticipate it. They expect to be the center. They expect your attention to wrap around them. They expect that if they give you a little, you'll cling to it. But when you show him you're perfectly fine, standing tall on your own, you flip his mindset. Suddenly, he's the one asking for more of your time. He's the one wondering what you're doing when he's not around. He's the one chasing your energy. because he realizes he can't take it for granted. That reversal is what makes independence such a powerful, unexpected move. It makes him obsessed not because you need him, but because you don't set standards, make him work for your time and attention. A man values what he has to earn, and that truth has been proven over and over again in every area of life. When something comes without effort, it gets taken for granted. When something takes effort, sacrifice, and patience, it becomes treasured. The same principle applies in relationships. If you allow a man to walk into your world and get all of your energy, all of your loyalty, all of your attention without him ever proving himself, he will enjoy it for a moment, but he won't cherish it long term. What keeps him invested, what keeps him showing up, what keeps him obsessing is the challenge of meeting your standards. Standards are not about playing games. They are about self-respect. They are the invisible line that tells him how far he can go, how much he can take, and how much he has to bring to stay in your life. When you set standards, you show him you are not just giving out your time like it's free candy. You are showing him that your attention is valuable, your love is precious, and he must come with consistency, with effort, and with intention if he wants to hold it. That kind of boundary doesn't push a good man away, it attracts him. The wrong man will complain, will call you difficult, will say you're asking for too much, but the right man will rise to the occasion. He will see that you are not the type of woman he can play with, and that realization plants a seed of respect in his mind. That respect turns into effort, that effort turns into consistency, and that consistency is what makes him obsessed because he doesn't want to lose what he worked hard to earn. Standards also separate the serious from the unserious. A man who only wanted temporary fun won't put in the work because he's not built for long-term effort. He'll move on, and that's exactly what you want because your standards filtered him out before he wasted your time. But the man who sees your worth, the man who knows what he's looking for, will accept those standards as a challenge, not a burden. He'll understand that he needs to show up. He needs to communicate. He needs to be consistent if he wants to stand next to you. That filter saves you energy, and it also fuels his obsession because nothing makes a man chase harder than realizing he's got competition, not with other men, but with your own expectations. He wants to be the one who meets them. Setting standards isn't about making demands or writing a long list of rules. It's about carrying yourself in a way that makes it clear what you will and will not accept. It's about knowing your boundaries and enforcing them without apology. For example, if you say you want consistency, then don't reward inconsistency. If he disappears for days and comes back like nothing happened, don't give him the same access he had before. If you say you want honesty, then don't keep engaging with someone who lies. If you say you want effort, then don't chase after someone who does the bare minimum. Every time you stick to your standard, you send him a clear message. This is what it takes to be in my life. That message keeps him on his toes, keeps him striving, keeps him realizing that you are not ordinary. The men who end up obsessing over a woman are not obsessing because she gave them everything easily. They are obsessing because she made them earn it step by step. He had to prove his consistency. He had to invest his time. He had to show his loyalty. He had to put his energy into winning her heart. By the time he's invested all that, he doesn't want to lose it. That investment makes him hold on tighter because human nature says we protect what we work for. the harder he has to work to meet your standards, the more he cherishes you once he does. And the more he cherishes you, the more he obsesses over keeping you. Standards also elevate the quality of the relationship. When a man knows you won't accept disrespect, he watches his words. When he knows you won't tolerate inconsistency, he becomes consistent. When he knows your time is valuable, he shows up on time, he plans, he prioritizes. Your standards don't just protect you, they shape his behavior. They force him to step into a higher version of himself if he wants to be with you. That transformation is exactly what makes him lock in, because he starts associating you with his own growth. He sees that being with you makes him better, and no man wants to lose the woman who makes him better. That connection is what builds deep respect and eventually turns into obsession. Flip the script. Don't cancel your life for him. Let him adjust to you. One of the most common mistakes people make when they really like someone is putting their entire schedule on pause every time that person calls. It starts small. Maybe you skip dinner with your friends because he wants to hang out. Maybe you drop a workout or cancel a plan because he finally texted after days of silence. And at first, it feels exciting. It feels like you're choosing love, but over time, it teaches him something dangerous, that your life revolves around him. The moment he learns that he stops putting effort into planning, he stops valuing your time, and he starts assuming you'll always be available whenever he feels like showing up. That pattern kills attraction. The way to flip it is to show him that your life has weight, your schedule has meaning, and if he wants to see you, he has to adjust himself to your world, not the other way around. When you keep canceling your life for him, you unintentionally lower your value in his eyes. Not because you're not valuable, but because you've sent the message that your world is secondary to his. And the truth is, men respect what they have to earn. If every time he calls, you're ready at the drop of a hat, there's no effort, no challenge, no structure for him to work with. But if you say, I'd love to see you, but tonight I already have plans, how about another day? You shift the entire dynamic. Now he has to schedule. He has to consider your time. He has to plan ahead. That slight adjustment makes him respect you more, because you're showing him you are not waiting by the phone. You are living. You are prioritizing your commitments. You are a person who values yourself, and that's exactly the type of person who makes someone obsess. Think about the difference in the energy. A woman who cancels everything sends the message, you're the most important thing in my life, no matter how you treat me. While a woman who keeps her plans sends the message, you're important, but so am I, and my world doesn't stop spinning just because you called. That balance is what makes a man lean in. It forces him to put in more effort, to think ahead, to show you that he respects the life you've built. And that respect grows into admiration, and admiration is the seed of obsession. Men admire women who don't fold under pressure, who know their worth, who keep their own identity strong even while being in a relationship. When you flip the script, you also show him that you're not afraid to let him miss you. If he wants to see you and you're not available, he has to sit with that feeling of waiting. And waiting creates value. It makes him realize your time is not automatic. It makes him put more thought into when and how he reaches out. It makes him more intentional. And when a man has to be intentional, he invests more of himself. That investment makes him think about you longer, want you more, and put more effort into making sure he gets a spot in your busy life. he begins to realize he can't just slide into your schedule. He has to earn a spot in it. Another reason this works so powerfully is because it flips his expectations. Many men are used to women dropping everything for them. So when you don't, it catches him off guard. It makes him pause and reconsider how he approaches you. Instead of thinking, she'll always be there when I call, he starts thinking, I need to make sure I get to her before someone else does. I need to plan ahead so I don't lose my chance. That little switch is where obsession starts, because now he's thinking about your availability before you even speak. You're in his head, influencing his behavior simply by holding your ground and not canceling your life. There's also a deeper level to this. When you keep your commitments, when you follow through on your own plans, you show him that your word matters. If you tell a friend you'll meet them, you go. If you sign up for a class, you attend. If you plan to take care of yourself that night, you keep that promise. That consistency builds respect because it shows you are disciplined, reliable, and serious about your own life. Men don't obsess over someone who treats their own life casually. They obsess over the woman who treats herself like a priority, because it teaches him to treat her the same way. Flipping the script isn't about being unavailable just to prove a point. It's about being authentically busy because your life is full. It's about valuing your own time so much that he has no choice but to value it too. When he sees that you don't cancel your life for him, he starts adjusting his. He begins asking in advance. He starts putting thought into how he fits into your world. He begins realizing he has to rise to the level of effort you give yourself. That realization keeps him working harder, keeps him invested, and keeps him obsessed with trying to win more of your time.